Everyone wants me to review their favorite anime, except now it always comes with an asterisk. Demo, review Legend of Galactic Heroes. It's objectively the greatest anime there's ever been. Just don't say anything bad about it. Hey Demo, review Serial Experiments Lane. Just make sure that when you review it, you don't say anything negative, because if you do, you probably watched it wrong. I got a better idea. How about a should you watch on 2 shows that no one's ever showed any interest in whatsoever? That's good for views, right? Right? Welcome to the Should You Watch Shoujo Shoudown, where we take these shoujo shows downtown. This isn't what I wrote. If you don't know, the shoujo, it's a slow show for ho-hos. I mean, it's a genre of anime generally marketed towards teenage girls, and perhaps the gays, or male viewers comfortable enough with their own masculinity to indulge in pure unadulterated teenage handholding. Don't you judge me, I'll judge you. Nice shoes, fucker. First up on the showdown, we have Sukitte Ii, or Say I Love You, please. Please say you love me. Please, I'll do anything.
'Cause I'm just a girl who can't say no.
As if the title weren't try hard enough, the first thing you'll potentially notice as a shoujo enthusiast when diving into Sukitte, besides the generic art style, is the fact that plain spaghetti and anime Skrillex here kiss in the first episode. And that's a big turnoff, unless you're a filthy, cave-dwelling fujoshi. Look, everyone has different tastes, but part of the reason why you watch a good shoujo is for the romance, and part of constructing a good romantic relationship between 2 characters is having some kind of believable, gradual build-up. I mean, if you're gonna be sucking her face in the first episode, you better be spelunking her booty bunker by the 12th, you feel me? And Sukitte just doesn't do that at all. Quote that. Quote and print that. Say I Love You would have been exponentially better if it included an anal scene. Demolition D. Now, that's not to say that first episode smooches necessarily correlate with show quality. In fact, our next contestant in the Shoujo Shoudown has a kiss in the very first episode too. What? Tonari no Kaibutsu-kun, on the other hand, has excellent pacing for its genre. Oh, hey man, what's that supposed to mean? It means that generally shoujo shows and manga move at a snail's pace. If somebody stepped on that snail and it fucking died. Unlike our previous mention, Tonari's art style is a tad bit refreshing and may even leave you second guessing whether or not it's a shoujo hoedown at all. My favorite hoe is Oshima, because she's shy and cute and pure, and I'm a very bad person. And of course, both shows take place in high school, as these things so often do. Believe me, after my extensive backlog of completed high school romances, I could pass Japanese high school with flying colors. Pretend to do work, perform consistent awkward glances with your hubby, eat lunch on the roof like a freaking weirdo. Don't worry about getting into trouble with teachers, they only exist to advance the plot when it's convenient. Anyway, the reason why I compare these 2 shows outside of the obvious genre similarities is because they both aired at around the same time, and while watching them both back to back weekly, it almost ended up feeling like a study of how to do shoujo slice of life right, and how to do it wrong, although I wouldn't really consider Sukitte a slice of life unless your whole life is plain spaghetti with a thick coat of bitch sauce. Without going into too much detail, I hated Tachibana of Say I Love You. And that's not to say Shizuku here isn't a big old tsundere outcast either, another similarity that the series both share, and I believe this helps to prove my point. By the end of Tonari, I liked Shizuku, despite her empathetic and sometimes downright nihilistic behavior. I still liked her as a person. Maybe this had to do with the show's humor and more colorful cast of characters to help it along the way, like the adorable Natsume. While at the end of Say I Love You, I just wanted to punch everyone in the face. Another similarity the shows both share. I wanted to punch everyone in the face. This guy punches everyone in the face. Even dumb girls. Pretty good show. 9 out of 10. Okay, but Tonari isn't perfect. It sometimes suffers from that same sense of hardly any goddamn romantic progress, just like spaghetti, but it's far less severe and it's a fun ride all the way through. There's a visible change in the characters' demeanors in the 2 main monologues that resurface time and time again throughout the show that describe how they feel for one another, come off as collective, thought out, and meaningful. This rebounds back to the first episode, smooches. Neither girls asked to be smooched, but they get smooched anyway because their manga counterparts were written by very lonely women. Shizuku, being a noble but incredibly horny high school girl, wrestles with her emotions for Haru for 13 episodes, leading up to a pretty okay conclusion that sets the series up for a possible continuation that I, in all honesty, would love to see happen, given just how enjoyable most of the show had to offer was, especially the humor, which I should mention is above average. Tachibana, on the other hand, gets smooched and then hates everything, and then cries, and then she gets jealous of some girl's boobs. and then there's a misunderstanding, and then there's another misunderstanding, and then you boot up the next episode and consider just turning it off because, good God, why is everyone so retarded? All leading up to one of the worst final episodes I have ever seen. If this whole time you've been shaking your head disagreeing with everything I've said about the show thus far, this is a point where just about everyone can agree. Say I Love You's not bad, it's just mediocre, and it doesn't sell you on the fact that these two have any meaningful relationship beyond, he smooched me one time. I may have recommended it to someone starving for more shoujo after seeing all there is to see if it weren't for the pile of spaghetti bullshit that is this show's final episode. So in conclusion, Kimi Todoke is the undisputed Shoujo Shoudown champion, and nothing can ever change that because objectively it's the greatest shoujo there's ever been, and if you disagree, you just watched it wrong. Should you watch Say I Love You and Tonari no Kaibutsu-kun? No! And yeah, sure.
Cause I'm just a girl who can't say no, can't seem to say it at all. I always say, come on, let's go, just when I order say stop. When a feller wants to kiss a girl, I know she ought to give his face a slap. When a fella starts a-kissing me, I kinda sorta wanna kiss him back. Cause I'm just a girl who can't say no, can't seem to say it at all. I can't say